morning, class. I'm David Smith. I'm the brother of Miss Howard. Today I'm going to read to you about a young man named Avery who was going to go and learn how to be a cowboy. The book is Cowboy Camp. Very well illustrated, great pictures. All about being a cowboy and what it is about to be a cowboy. Avery kicked the toe of his boot in the dirt. He looked at everyone else at the cowboy camp. He knew he was all wrong. His belt buckle was too big. His hat was too small. His boots were too red. Even his name was wrong. The other boys had tough names like Hank and Jimmy Jean. Who ever heard of a cowboy named Avery? Howdy, y'all. I am Cowboy Dan, and I'm about to turn you little ragamuffins into cowboys, real cowboys. He was the realest looking cowboy Avery had ever seen. By the time I finish with you, you'll be acting, walking, and talking like honest to goodness cowboys. First things first, it's chow time. We'll get enough grits and beans in you to give you a bellyache. Everyone dug in. It wasn't but a minute later that Avery discovered he couldn't stomach a single bite of cowboy food. He had to eat cheese and crackers. Who ever heard of a cowboy that didn't like grits and beans? He thought, now, you gotta go get your fill. It's horse riding time, Cowboy Dan announced. Let's hit the stables. Everyone saddled up. It wasn't but a minute. Avery let out a "ah-choo." He sneezed when he climbed on the horse. He was allergic to the horse. Ah-choo, huh?
Louder.
He had to ride a cow instead. Who ever heard of a cowboy who was allergic to horses? All right, fellas, it's time to round up some cattle. Let's teach you how to lasso. That's what old Cowboy Dan said. Everyone started twisting and twirling their lassos. It wasn't but a minute later that Avery discovered he had a case of rope burn on his hand. He had to practice with yarn instead. Who ever heard of a cowboy who got rope burn? Oh man, it's not working good for Avery. That night, after all the cowboy campers turned in for some shut-eye, Avery sat outside his tent and tried to think up some cowboy thoughts. It wasn't but a minute later, Avery discovered he wasn't alone. Out of the shadows stepped the meanest looking cowboy Avery had ever seen. Kip, there's a gruff voice. Who, me? Said Avery. Yeah, you, I'm Black Bart. I'm here to stop that cowboy camp. Cowboy Dan and his gang of good cowboys are making it hard for us bad guys. You better tell me, kid, where can I find Cowboy Dan? Avery had to think fast. He couldn't let anything happen to Cowboy Dan and the cowboy camp. Sir, isn't it a cowboy camp? It's a space camp. Black Bart squinted his eyes. Are you trying to fool me? Sir, asked Avery, do I look like I'm a cowboy? Black Bart took a step, sized him up. I don't know, but I aim to find out. He pulled out a can of beans out of his saddlebag. All cowboys eat beans. Avery gulped. He took the beans and gave them a taste. Right away, he coughed and squeezed.